Everybody on the internet. It is me, JJW, and above me is Deacon's voice, and above Deacon's voice is Deacon. And this morning we are your two dads. And we just arrived at our spaces here in the show window, and we were talking about what were we talking about? Oh, this app that we're using to do the broadcast is called Restream.io. You can see the little floating logo thing up above us. And for years, I have tried to figure out a easy, slick way to run Streamlabs with custom setups and, scenes and scene switching and do little things. Just, I'm kind of tinker with the program and then also like try to figure out how to do some kind of an interesting show. And Streamlabs is like, it has like all these bells and whistles and switches and like configurations. You can literally do anything. And when I run it, it melts my computer. No matter what computer I have, eventually it's just like the computer chokes and just dies and then nothing works. And this is just some app in the browser. And I'm like, this is just about as good. And I can also talk to Deacon on it. So,
it's nice. It's not. It does what it's supposed to, I guess.
I mean, if we can ever monetize the channel and like make this hobby pay for itself, then maybe I can like boost up some of the features and use some of these other gizmos on the side. But like whatever, it's good enough for now. Deacon, I woke up and I was getting coffee this morning, and I started thinking like, what I really want to have on our show is like just an introduction, like an intro song, or maybe even like an intro animation. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, not monster truck.
Are you sure you don't want
not monster truck style?
No. Sunday.
And my nature is, this is an idea, and then I'll just tinker with it for, I don't know, could be years until I get it to exactly what I want. But here's the idea that I had this morning, because this is a morning show, and when I was a kid, I definitely loved like Monty Python and the style of animation that they did, the like Terry Gilliam style of paper
Terry Gilliam animation. Did all those, yeah.
Yeah, so like the paper cutout animations or whatever, and like I can imagine like a kind of like the camera going over a map and it going to like over Kentucky, and then like a paper cutout version of Deacon pops up and like a sunrise, and then it goes to Texas, and you know what I mean?
That's funny. I don't picture that kind of crap. I always picture the sound effects, like what's going on at the sound effects. Yeah.
Well, so maybe if I can. So I think it would have to be short, otherwise it'd be annoying. So it'd have to be like 15 seconds. And and it'd have to be just like, I don't know, maybe we would jump in and say like, hey, welcome to the show, and then like run the intro clip and then back in. So maybe if I can figure out how to do the paper cutout animation, then maybe you can figure out the music and background, because I don't know. I mean, I have my own sense of taste when I hear things, but I don't know where to go with that.
Exactly. See, I do too, and I hear stuff, and I hear young audio people. Hey, I'm trying to get my stuff ready and whatnot before we start.
I haven't even pulled up the news stories yet.
I hear them try to do stuff with audio. It's like it's with everything, but they don't want to. I can't remember what I was getting at. When people that don't know audio, they make a lot of newbie mistakes that I made, and so I've got that crap in my head. I don't remember where I was going with this. I'm doing about 15 things, so you can go ahead and do whatever. You'll people watching will learn that my brain does that. My brain has always gone like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like my whole life, and I can see my son Deacon, his brain does that too, and it's like I get jumbled sometimes. I have to have a roadmap, or I will jerk the freaking conversation all over the road.
So is it that you're going so fast, or are you having simultaneously different ideas at the same time, and you don't know which one to grab onto?
my brain goes so fast that I equate it to, if we're walking down a path, I'm the guy that's going to take this path over here and it's going to go way off here, but it's going to come back to the main path. And I'll do that 50 freaking times. And I know that's one of my crutches and my flaws. And I try to catch it when it's happening. So You'll hear me do that sometimes. And as I get older and my brain fog and stuff, if my sugar gets out of whack, my brain fog kicks in, and it's one of my worst freaking. I hate brain fog worse than anything in this world. I would rather be tortured painfully, like physical pain, I can take other than brain fog. It drives me nuts. It makes me feel like I'm stupid, and I can't remember simple words. So
isn't brain fog what coffee is for?
It helps a little bit. There's other things that help a little bit, but
hey, this is a morning show, family friendly, sir. Family friendly.
I'm just vaping, dude.
Yes, I'm sure. Okay, so Deacon, I know that, and dear audience, we do love you, and audience, Deacon and I, we don't agree on everything, especially politics necessarily. We don't agree on everything, and we don't expect you to agree with us. In fact, sometimes I expect you to be outraged by some position that we hold. Sometimes I expect you to maybe be offended. Maybe I haven't thought something through. Life is a growing process, and you just like me have to experience information. You have to dwell on it. What does it mean? And then eventually arrive at some sort of an opinion, of a thought, maybe even a philosophy about what the facts of this world mean for you and for all of us. So today we will not be talking about Nancy Pelosi or the Democrats or Joe Biden or anything like that. Now, that's going to happen a lot on this show. And sometimes I will be critical and sometimes I won't, but that's not what we're talking about today.
Yeah, can I add something onto that? Because that was wonderful how you said that. And I think I can't say it any better. That was wonderful. But I want to add something onto it that I've picked up in my life. I'm a history person. I love history, and we've been taught wrong on a lot of stuff in history. It's just a fact. We have been taught wrong. If we all told our children right now that the sky's green and the grass is blue, then in 5 generations that's going to become a fact. I mean, it just is. If
history
they go on,
history are the lies that we have agreed on.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying this because of what you said about, maybe you don't agree with this, but maybe you keep your mind open and it will change your opinion. Because I try to think like that. I try to keep my mind open. There's too many of us adults. When we become adults, we think, we know everything. And especially when I became a dad, I thought, my children look at me like I am a superhero. Yes, son, I know everything. And I don't know everything. I put on a great facade. And now that my children are older, they know more than me, especially in this ever-changing society. So I cannot keep that stubborn mindset of, I'm the smartest person in the room. No, my 17-year-old and my 14-year-old are already above my level of math that I went to. So that's just one aspect. So I try to keep my mind open to all different types of aspects.
Right.
That I'm not the smartest person in the room. And people don't want to be told that they're wrong. When I tell people, I'll use Paul Revere, for example. When I start to tell you, Paul Revere did not make that ride by himself and say, 1 if by land and 2 if by sea, and save the whole colony. He did not do that by himself. People get mad. They get mad. No, that's how it was. And that's how my dad told me. And that's what my teacher said. But we were told wrong. I'm not saying your dad was wrong. He was taught wrong, and his father was taught wrong. And his father was taught wrong. So now that we have the information at our fingertips, we need to also, as humans, as a society, keep our minds open. So I just wanted to. I've said that many times with my kids. I want my kids not to be bigots and closed-minded individuals, because I have people like that in my family, and I see people like that every day, and I try not to be that way. So.
I forgot your voice was in here. Can't do that. That's not gonna work. We'll have to go back to here. Okay.
Oh, don't put my face on there.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Well, it's gonna. I'm working on getting the screen up. So, what I mean to say, Deacon, with no context to what you're talking about history, what I mean to say is that while today we're not going to be talking about politics, politics is intertwined with everything in the world. Everything has an angle on it. Maybe even this, I don't know. But I saw this headline and I thought, my God, this is horrific. And
I saw this picture. I saw this.
This is the beginning of. I'm not going to watch a video. If there's a video, I'm not watching that. This is the beginning of Skynet, man.
It doesn't really show anything. It just like from that angle, all you see is the boy start. You see the robot kind of move over. I guess it pinches his finger or something, but you see him and some people rush over there and they get him out rather quickly. But it's still just terrible, man. I don't know any of the context behind it. I just saw the GIF on Reddit.
New York Post yesterday, July 26th, chess playing robot breaks 7-year-old opponent's finger in Russia. This is like, I mean, oh my gosh. Like, this is awful. And this is the kind of stuff, all the scientists that are like, yeah, we should make robots and they should do all of this stuff. You remember like last week we had a dancing robot that had a M16 strapped to its back. There's no problems at all. This one was just trying to play chess and it hurt a little kid's finger. So this is not good. And by this, I just want to say, guys, let's slow down with the hard roll of the smart robots in the world doing everything. A chess playing robot broke the finger of a 7-year-old opponent in Russia. I feel bad for this kid, and like, it's not good. The boy was facing off against the robot when it mistakenly grabbed and broke the child's finger at the Moscow Open last week, according to Russian outlets. The robot broke the child's finger. This, of course, is bad. President of the Moscow Chess Federation, Sergei Lazarev, told TASS Thursday. The child reportedly made his next move on the board before the robot, a large automated arm powered by artificial intelligence, of course, had time to recalculate and mistook the boy's finger for a chess piece. The child made a move, and after that, we need to give time for the robot to answer, but the boy hurried, and the robot grabbed him.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, of course, a chess playing robot's going to have a very sophisticated AI, but the reactionary, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just this. Okay, yeah. I mean, I look at it like if we are going to integrate robots into society, as much as we have seen in our lifetime, yeah. Shit happens.
I mean, look at that thing. That thing looks like it should be welding a car together, dude. That thing is giant.
Oh yeah, it's enormous. Yeah, that's crazy.
It doesn't need to be that big,
kid.
So, I mean, if you ever get an opportunity to play chess with an AI robot,
dude,
hard pass.
I love chess. My brain works like that. I love chess. I like strategy. But I know. No.
Oh, no.
I still can barely beat Microsoft.
Jeremy says, check mark, kid. Checkmate. Stupid autocorrect. So, anyway. So, there we go. We have an AI, the evil AI robot started with breaking kids' fingers. Not good. Not good. All right. So,
well, by God, the rook don't move that way. I'm trying to tell you once, kid, he don't move diagonal. He goes up and down, straight across. Don't do it again or you'll lose an eye.
So, Deacon, I think yesterday we talked about like inflation and shrinkflation, and like the amount of money you make yesterday isn't really changing, but the cost of things are going up. And here we are again with, like, I'm not really talking about politics, but politics is kind of intertwined with everything, especially our economy, especially the purchasing power that you have with the dollars. So this story is from Daily Wire. Daily Wire is apparently NewsGuard certified. Let me see what it says here. NewsGuard says 69.5 out of 100. That's great. That's better than Fox News, apparently. So this NewsGuard thing, that gives us all kinds of confidence about the authenticity of the information that we were reading. So NewsGuard says, Daily Wire says, shrinkflation, soaring prices lead to smaller burgers, pizzas at restaurants. So everything is getting more expensive, but have you noticed everything's getting smaller too? I don't really go out to eat, so maybe you've noticed this. I don't know. I don't really go out to eat.
No, I was just complaining about this not too long ago because in the summer we were especially busy with 5 or 6 different kids' activities, including baseball and softball for 3 children. And so we were everywhere. And I'm thankfully not coaching. They've gone past they need someone smarter than me. And that's what I told them. I was like, these kids are past my level. So I'm a parent now, but it's very busy. And we were eating out a bunch. And I noticed, I mentioned because the kids were gone and Ashley and I kind of splurged a little bit. And we went to this little fancy schmancy restaurant. And there wasn't, it was like for the price, I was like, I'm sure not getting a lot of food. I mean, this restaurant's been around for a long time. And we went to another restaurant that's in our area. It's about a 2-hour drive, but it's like you go to this restaurant because of, it's actually, you've probably heard, you may have heard, it's called Lambert's and they throw rolls. Home of the throw rolls. Yeah, and it's a big country thing. It's been around for 60, 70, 80 years or something like that. And it's a big thing. People drive for miles around to go. And they have like people that'll come around to your table. Like after you order your meal, they'll come around with a big bowl and be like, you want some okra, some fried okra? And they'll just pour it on you. So you have piles of food. Well, when we got our plate this last time, a couple of weeks ago, I looked at Ashley because I get the pork chops and I had my green beans and everything and potatoes. And I was like, well, the portion size has definitely went down. I mean, that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, boy, you're not getting a lot of food anymore for the price. So, yes, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It changed your picture to the freaking Deacon thing too.
I see that. Oh, this thing is. I'm gonna have to send a very tersely worded chat. Maybe
that's a nice
today.
word. That's our word of the week.
Hey, why does it keep switching me and my buddy's images? I switched my camera. I thought I brought this camera home and I was like, maybe this will be better. And it's a wider angle. Well, listen, that a wider angle makes me smaller in the frame. And how's that going to serve my ego? I need to be.
That camera also makes your bookshelf in the back all whack-a-jawed too.
Yeah. So I spent quite a bit of time getting Snake Plissken exactly posed correctly. So
where in the center where he should be.
Yeah. So on our topic, Jordan, who, in fact, both Jeremy, my brother, is in the chat, but Jordan is also a friend of my brother, friend from when we were much younger. I believe he lives in Kansas now, but I'm not 100%. But Jordan is a friend, and we are grateful that you're showing up. And hey, since there's 5 of you here right now, let me just remind you that there is a like button on this particular video.
I thought we were good. Since there were 5 of us, I thought we were going to form Voltron. Go ahead, JJ, damn it.
Yeah, I think your idea is actually better than mine. I'm just trying to show. All right, so cereal boxes, soup cans, paper towels, you name it, are all shrinking in a phenomenon known as shrinkflation. Manufacturers figure consumers will notice higher prices, but who can tell when a box of Wheat Thins goes from 10 ounces to 8.5 ounces? Now, shrinkflation has hit your favorite burgers and pizzas for the first time ever. Consumers are mentioning shrinkflation in Yelp reviews, the website said in a release. Which website? They didn't mention a website.
I said something to the Pizza Hut lady the other day.
Oh, Yelp, the Yelp website. Go ahead.
Oh, I said something to the Pizza Hut lady the other day, and I told her, I said, will you please put the sauce all the way to the edge because I don't want an extra breadstick like y'all have been doing here lately. Because I'll get my pizza, and the sauces, they leave this much crust at the edge because they don't want to put the cheese, the sauce, the toppings. And so I told her, I was like, I'm not ordering a pizza and a breadstick. I want a pizza. You can sauce it all the way to the edge, please. I've ran pizza restaurants many times. I can make a hell of a pizza. So it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Well, I mean, look at the time. Look at this picture of this. This must be This says Ivan Getty Images, so maybe this is a joke or something, but it looks like it's the
Yeah,
size
that's
of
a
like
freaking
a
stupid.
mini cupcake.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Yeah, so
That's a
I don't
stupid.
believe that this image is truly representative of true
No,
inflation, but
no.
unless you're doing, I mean, there's a lot of story here. I'm not going to read all that. Unless you're doing the grocery shopping at your house, you may not notice prices are up and package sizes are down, and you know they just leave a little more air, make that bag floofy.
They've honestly been doing it for years. I used to complain all the time until my wife or whoever, don't buy the bagged cheese. Don't buy that 2 ounces or 2 cups of shredded Colby Jack cheese for whatever the price is. You can get that for cheaper in the block. You just have to shred it. You got to stand there and shred it for a little bit. So if you do want to pay for the convenience of it already being shredded, go ahead. Money's money to some people. Some people don't care.
I have shredded cheese before, and we have actually done that before. And I have to say,
it takes
a lot of time to sit there and shred a block of cheese.
Doesn't take that much time. Good gracious!
And I've cut my thumb.
Oh, well, it's because you got down to the bottom and you didn't know. Nobody taught you how to do it right.
You get to the very last nub, and you're like, I still want to shred.
You got to use a tool there, engineer.
Yeah.
You got to use something so you don't hit your finger.
I should have thought that.
The other thing that I point out, and you can look at this in your local grocery store, go to the ketchup section and see how big the ketchup bottles that set upright, how big they are and how much they are, and then look at how the ones that are upside down, how big they are and how much they are. Just, you can do your own little test. Yeah. Huh. And then when Ashley came home with a upside down ketchup one time, and I was like, why'd you get this one? She's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you do realize you pay like 80 cents more and you're getting the exact same amount of ketchup just because it's upside down, right? You're paying more. They're making you pay more. There was like one of them stupid talk shows that I saw a clip from, and it was some actor that I knew. And the actor was talking about how he loved Cadbury eggs. And every Easter he would buy just pallets of, cases of Cadbury eggs so you'd have them all year long. And he was putting them in his little place, he said, and he had some old ones that were way in the back. So he reached back there and he said, I brought one of the new ones and the old ones so that you can see. And the old one was like this and the new one was like this.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, this is the ones that I bought like 5 years ago that was stuck in the back that I didn't know. And here's the ones I just bought today. So it happens everywhere, man.
I just imagine
we can do about it.
I imagine pretty soon you're going to get like some sort of, I don't know how you would do this cartoon visually, but like if you have a bag of like, I don't know, bag of potato chips or a bag of like, what are they called? The pig fat things. What are those things called?
Pork rinds.
Pork rinds. Bag of pork rinds.
Diabetics know those very well, even if you don't like pork rinds.
And if you're on keto, pork rinds are the kind of chips you can eat. I just imagine the bag. You pick up the bag, and it's like stretched out, full of air, right? But then you shake it, and you can literally feel like there's only one thing in here. That's what we're gonna get to. Where you go to that, it's full of air. It's got like one thing.
Do you remember it's gonna be, I've kind of equated to this. Do you remember Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element when he gets the cigarette and the filter is like this long and the actual tobacco is like these?
Yeah. Oh, I do remember that. That is a great movie. That is a great movie. My favorite scene in that movie is when Lilu hits him when I think it's actually I don't remember which character it was. I think it was the evil general or whatever sneaks up behind him and hits him in the back of his head in his apartment, and Bruce Willis's knockout is like, ugh. And it's so cartoonish and hilarious.
There's so many great lines in that movie. I will, me and my brother, he'll say that every once in a while. My brother goes, when I'll say something, he'll go, negative, I am a meat popsicle.
All right. So now I want to go entertainment stuff. And by the way, we have to keep this show at a tight 7:30. Got to get out of here because I have to get to a blood draw. So I got to get going. But now, yesterday we talked about San Diego Comic-Con stuff. Yesterday we talked about some Marvel Phase 5, Phase 6 stuff that's coming. That's so exciting. Anyway, so but we didn't. What I realized later was that we didn't really talk about any of the DC stuff, and kind of the reason for that is that there was not a whole lot of DC stuff. In fact, DC Comics did not have a booth at San Diego Comic-Con. Possibly because their publishing division can't make any money, but there will also
Possibly
be,
because
I
they
think,
suck.
they might do DC Fandom later this year, but there were 2 trailers of interest that dropped. So I have 2 trailers that we can watch, because I'm sure you have not spent any time watching them yet. So I'm going to pull up the first the Shazam. No, I'm going to do the where did it go? Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. This is John Wick 4. Whoops, that's not the one I thought I had. I thought I had here, Black Adam. So I'm sure you've seen the prior Black Adam trailer. Oh,
There
we go.
I think so.